Let me start by saying that I'm very happy to be here on this important day, because I think a library like this is unique in the world, and since we are living in an ever-changing world where there is a great need for knowledge, hermetic knowledge, I could not think of another place in the world where this kind of knowledge is brought together systematically like it is done here in this Bibliotheca. And that's why I think it's important that the Bibliotheca is here, that it reopened today, and that it offers a treasure to be opened for the future of mankind. I think the world is at the beginning of a great development, and this development will involve a search for spiritual growth, and I think this search needs a foundation. You need to start at a certain place. You can look everywhere, but I think that if you have a library like this, that you have the best possible foundation for the search to the future.
Everything in life goes about inspiration. Yeah? Inspiration, and when I look at a lot of those books, you see, and you are experiencing the spirit of the writer or the spirit of those who make a picture of whatever, and then you bridge time, and you see that and you experience that what is inspiration for them gets inspiration for us too, and that's why, and this time needs inspiration also. And that's why it's very important to see these books, to have the possibility to look at it, and the possibility to read.
To explain what the importance is of this library for the world, in my opinion, I think it's important to explain that I got to know this library at first hand because of my studies, Hermetica. And it's been a very valuable resource for the research that I've done for my bachelor thesis. But also outside that, I'm working on many projects, and this library and the authors that are represented in this library have offered me inspiration, which I would not find in other libraries. And I really wish with all my heart that everything works out and this library will continue to be open, and give a lot of inspiration for other people as well. Yes.
I think that first of all I should mention the fact that there is perhaps an idea of the library which is not entirely correct, in the sense that many people think that the library is collecting mostly books related to the early modern period, Middle Ages and so on. And many people don't know that in fact the library is extremely important also for its collections on more contemporary authors. So contemporary esotericism, including 19th century, 20th century material. So for me, for instance, it has been a source mine of extremely important material for my own researches. And I have worked here for a long time in the past. Some of the things that I have published actually part were also based on the material that I had access to here in the library. So I think that personally, for my own field of research, which is focusing more on late modern material, the library is extremely important, and this applies also to my colleagues who work also in the same field. Now, for the rest, in general, I think that it is very easy to understand that such a library is unique in the world, so there is no other library like that, especially no library like that that is open to researchers, scholars, and also to a wider public. And I think it's a place where many different ideas meet, many different currents of thought meet. So it is perhaps a symbol of a kind of ecumenical idea.
Yes.
Of
the Hermetic community.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that people here can find not only material for study, for research, but also inspiration, maybe, for alternative ways of thinking, maybe also of living. Perhaps with the idea of making this world a better place.